What's going on, YouTube? Tom here. So I was just reading an article, kind of grinded my gears a little bit. Kind of grinding when you're driving a manual and you grind the gear a little bit by mistake. That kind of grinding gears. Car guy humor. Okay, anyway. So Consumer Reports has now said the Toyota Tacoma, is in their 10 worst vehicles. I have problems with that because, first of all, I just don't think it's as bad as they say it is. I mean, I'd love to know what kind of Tacoma they were driving enough to say it was the worst. And, well, let's discuss this, because I've got 5 reasons I've thought of that I'm going to argue with that they kind of say it's the worst, and I say is actually the best. Number 1, they talk about stiff ride. Like, the Tacoma's supposed to be riding horribly, and realistically speaking, I'd love to know what kind of Tacoma they were driving, because the last Tacoma I drove that had a horrible ride was our 04 Tacoma, and then that was the last year for the first gen Tacoma. That had a very horrible ride, but now in 2013, my Tacoma has a pretty great ride. And then I've even driven the new 2017s, and it's like, they drive even better than this truck. So, now realistically, I'll get into my girlfriend's car and drive it for a little bit, and then I can get into this truck, and it's like, yeah, it's going to handle like a truck. I mean, it's not going to be the best ride in the world, but what are they on about? I mean, they're comparing it to maybe a Ridgeline, or another car like a Camry, maybe it's that bad, but realistically, it's really not that bad. And most truck buyers aren't complaining about it, because most Tacoma buyers, if you're a frequent Tacoma buyer, you probably know that the new Tacoma is way better than old Tacomas. So I'm on my second Tacoma here, and it's like, wow, it's so much better than the old one. Which kind of brings me up to number 2. Now, if the Tacoma is so bad, why do so many people buy it again? It's number 1 in brand loyalty. Because, wait a minute, why is it everyone is just going and buying Tacomas? If they're really that bad, I feel like the sales would be horrible. Got number 1 in brand loyalty and number 1 bestseller in its class. It's just thinking, the sales numbers don't lie. Of course, number 3. Another big one, and really for Toyota in general, you got the famous reliability of Toyota. If Toyotas are that great, why is it they're trying to tell me how bad they are if the reliability is number 1? It's like the Tacoma is going to go 1,000,000 miles or more. I just saw one where one of the top comment in the article is a guy said, yeah, I just traded in my 02 Tacoma with 400,000 miles and bought another one. That proves point 2 and 3 right there. Brand loyalty and reliability. You can work on them pretty easily. They're cheap to maintain. I get oil changes done at the dealership for $35, and yeah, I know everyone's gonna say you can do it yourself, and it doesn't take a whole lot of oil either. It's not like it takes a massive amount of oil. The oil filter's easy to reach, and all that good stuff. So I just want to know what you're on about. Of course, that's gonna bring us up to point number 4. The interior, which another big complaint. Now, how is it they're going to complain about the interior on a Tacoma? Because I look at it, and again, I'm trying to know what they're comparing it to. Because if you're comparing it to a Mercedes S-Class, of course it's got a horrible interior. I compare it to, a Rolls Royce, it's pretty bad. But, they're saying how cramped it is when I got plenty of space. I got like a good 6 inches here between my head and the roof. Now, to be fair, I'm also short. I'm 5'8" and 140 pounds. Of course I can fit any vehicle. I'm the kind of person they design back seats for, so fine, I can fit in this truck's back seat, the access cab, and I can easily fit in a double cab back seat. Yeah, it might not be the greatest back seat in the world, but then again, what truck in its class does? Out of the Tacoma, the Frontier, and the Colorado, all of them have pretty small back seats. And then I noticed on the 3rd generation Tacoma, the one after this one, they dropped the seat by a couple inches because people complain about headroom. So basically anyone can now fit in one. So it's not like it's got that cramped of an interior. And then, number 5. They're trying to always declare it has the lack of features. Well, to be fair, if we're gonna compare the Tacoma to some other newer vehicles, yeah, some of the features are a little bit on the lacking side. I mean, I look at the keys. I've kind of got the old, like, early 2000s Toyota key here, and on a 2013. And I looked at the new one. It's now got the key and the remote and one that they introduced around 2010. So it's like, okay, and then now Toyota's got the switchblade key. So they're a generation behind on keys. Who cares if it unlocks the vehicle? I personally don't care. Yeah, it doesn't have a power seat, but realistically speaking, I've got a radio that works pretty well, and you can still get all the N-tune and everything. You can now get the lane keep assist and the blind spot monitoring. You can get things like that. They're going to do the automatic braking. Of course, I think every car is supposed to have that by 2018, so that's nothing new. And you got the heated mirror. You can get a sunroof now in a Tacoma, so it's like, what features do you all want here? Yeah, it's not going to have the Tesla autopilot. Again, if you're comparing to a Tesla, it might not be the most comfortable thing in the world, but I just think Consumer Reports is wrong. I'm just like, I love my Tacoma. I was actually thinking about trading this Tacoma in on yet another Tacoma and decided not to because I said, why would I spend the money trading in for a truck that I already have? It just wasn't much of a difference. Like, I'm thinking, honestly, I'm going to keep this truck for 200,000 miles or more. I think it has full capabilities of doing that. Maintenance is pretty good on it. Gas mileage, we're actually in the wintertime. I probably will actually get 20 now, because now I don't have to crank the AC up every time I go for a 5-second drive. So, let me know what you all think. Do you really think Consumer Reports is wrong, or do you think they're right? Let me know what you think about Tacoma, because I know a lot of my channel is actually Tacoma owners. So, anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe. Help this channel get to 500 subscribers. Take care. Have a good day.